If you think over-explaining makes people like you, you're dead wrong. Talking too much doesn't make you powerful, it makes you look like a man who can't control himself. But when you say less, when your words are sharp, twisted, mysterious, you live rent-free in people's minds. They'll never be able to get rid of you. The value of saying less. Powerful men don't talk a lot. They lead, charm, and even instill fear with just a few words. The more you explain, the weaker your impact becomes. Every extra word increases the chance you say something stupid that you'll regret later. Life is a big game in which everyone competes for status. And most people lose because they can't shut up. Everyone wants respect, money, cars, women, and power. But only power and influence dictate how respectable you become. On the stage of life, most actors try to be the loudest. Thinking more words and outperforming others leads to more attention. But if you do the opposite and talk less than necessary, your words become rare, impactful, and powerful. You outperform them at their own game just by doing less. Never stay completely silent. People will overanalyze and feel uneasy. Instead, speak enough to calm them, but never reveal your real intentions. And when you master this balance, they will never be able to decipher your thoughts and their defense crumbles. Silence forces others into defense mode. When you say less, people subconsciously panic and reveal their weaknesses. A real example is when you double text a girl that didn't respond. The silence makes you look insecure. Be the one creating the silence. Humans can't stand unease feelings. They'll overshare just to break it. Sometimes even the deepest secrets. After the chat with you, their brain will feel robbed by your lack of words, and they will stay stuck thinking about you for a long time. Girls don't just use this tactic with men, they use it on other girls too, just a little bit differently. They sit there by another girl they don't care about, especially if she's emotionally vulnerable, and they just collect information like a spy. A girl I was smashing did this in front of me a couple of years ago. A random girl on the street literally got traumatized by something that happened to her. Probably a toxic boyfriend or whatever. And you could see it in her eyes. She was devastated. She could barely walk. And my girl saw that as an opportunity. She came to her pretending like she cared, saying only a few words, but mostly listening, and this absolutely heartbroken girl opened up her whole soul to her. They were talking for like an hour. And after they finished, the girl I was smashing comes up to me all hyped up saying, "She told me everything about her. I have so much I could use against her." Back then, I didn't quite understand psychology and manipulation like I do nowadays, and I was shocked by how clueless this traumatized girl was and how heartless this evil bitch is. But don't worry, I was her karma later. Male friendships can be fake, but girl friendships... Bro, that shit doesn't exist, trust me. The homegirl of your girlfriend would fuck you without second guessing it only if they have a little argument. That's how fake girl friendships are. And they could be friends for an entire life. It doesn't matter at all. And that's when I realized silence is the sharpest weapon. The less you speak, the more value your words carry. Scarcity creates value. 10 meaningful words beat 1,000 meaningless ones. All you must do is talk less, and you will instantly be worth more. People don't realize this, but even in self-improvement, the first thing you must do is stop the destructive habits, over-talking included. And only when you accomplish that, you can start thinking about adding the good ones. You can outcompete 99% of population just by doing less stupid shit. But here's the real secret. You don't win by convincing people, you win by confusing them. Convincing people doesn't work. It's almost impossible. We are stubborn by nature. We like to think that our beliefs are the only correct ones. And even if you are right, they'll fight you just to protect their ego, no matter how good your vision is. Instead, speak in laconic, mysterious ways. Saying less isn't just about saying less stupid shit. Your sentences should carry multiple meanings. Let people decode you. Provide enough value to your words so they're somewhat meaningful, but don't cut the mystery out of them. Take a look at my painting. Comment down below, what do you see? A lighthouse? Sea? Space? What is this? A planet or a giant black hole? Or a dark sun? One girl even told me she saw a basketball here, believe it or not. What if it's none of that? I know exactly what this painting is, but if I explain it to you, it will lose all the magic impact it has on your brain right now. Your imagination defines the value of this painting, not me. You may even see this as the most beautiful piece of art in history, but that's your brain's job, not mine. The less I talk about it and the more mysterious my statements are, the more valuable this painting becomes. You may think that Picasso painted it, or I painted it, or maybe I even got it from one of the best artists alive. You will never know, and I will only confuse you. That's the effect you want to have on people. Your mind is a double-edged sword, and most people don't even know how to grab that weapon, so they end up cutting themselves. One last example I will give you is from a guy that got asked by his girlfriend, "Would you ever cheat on me?" He didn't want to lie, so he responded with, "Well, if my mother asked me to come over and take her trash out, would I do it?" And this is a full-grown man living by himself. His girl got confused and asked him, "What's that supposed to mean?" And he just told her, "Well, that's the answer." She still to this day doesn't understand what he said. And if you're looking for an explanation, don't ask me, I don't know what it means. Bro, for all I know, he doesn't even know what it fucking means. But that's the point. She probably had a million questions in her head. He lives by himself. Why would he go to his mom's place to take out the trash? I mean, why would she even call him for that? Does that mean it's impossible? But again, that's his mom. He loves her, so why wouldn't he do it for her? What does trash have to do with cheating? And so on and so on. That was her mind, I guarantee you. And still, there's no clear answer. And if you paid even a tiny bit of attention to my previous lesson, you would know that people want to believe in their dream outcome, not the harsh reality. So I also guarantee you that she made up a version of the truth where his statement meant he'll never cheat. Make people write their own story in their head, and they'll value you 100 times more. Talking too much destroys you. I hope you understand the value of talking less, but what's even more important, it assures you avoid saying things that would endanger yourself. Every extra word is another chance to look stupid or expose yourself. You have seen movies where two people fight and there's a clearly weaker opponent. And they get a chance to save themselves, but they say some stupid shit that makes the situation even worse, like getting killed. And you're watching that thinking it was like God himself gave you a chance to save yourself and you threw it away just so you could say something stupid. Fuck you, you deserve to die. Don't think it happens in movies only. If I reflect enough, I did similar things, and I can guarantee that you did too. In my life, God gives me warnings through other people. I learned how to spot them, but I wasn't always like that. I remember one period well when I had a girl that truly loved me, but I didn't treat her good at all. I had so many options all the time that I took her for granted because of it. And when I say many, I literally had girls popping up out of nowhere. It was crazy. Keep in mind that I manifested this girl because I asked God to send me one that's exactly like her. God gives you everything you ever want, just don't have any doubt, have faith, and you'll get it. Back to my point. Everything was good for like 8 months, and then suddenly I had a strange gut feeling, and my intuition never lies to me, so I knew something was up. I was getting a bunch of warnings from God too about having to improve how I treat this girl. I took it seriously and cut off all the side chicks one by one, and everything was perfect. I was only dating my main girl, and that lasted for only a month. Because one night, the devil just couldn't let me sleep. And somehow I got into talking with one of the ex side chicks. It was totally random. Before you knew it, I was back at dating 3 chicks at the same fucking time. Oh, bro. Fast forward a month, I was living large, getting new girls all the time. But problems started popping up again, and I was having issues in the main relationship, and I could sense trouble again. But this time, I said fuck it and kept going. Then, in a time span of 2 weeks, a whole bunch of shit happened. My car broke down, I got into some nasty problems with side chicks. 2 of my parrots got sick and died, and to top it all off, a side chick sets me up with the main one. In that moment, it felt like my life was falling apart. And it was. It all happened so quickly that I had no time to reflect, and life was just giving me more and more shit to deal with. It took me almost 2 months to recover and get my life back in order because every single thing that I cared about was taken from me. My dream car at that point, broken. My 2 favorite little parrots, taken away. The girl I thought I was gonna marry one day, broke up. Screw the side chicks, they didn't even cross my mind at that point. God loves you and will save you, but don't get cocky and throw it away with your words or actions. He can take things away as easily as he gave them to you. Don't think that just because you won a battle, you can do whatever. We're all mortals. Acting like you're superhuman won't do you any good. Let this be your warning and lesson too. Once you say or do something, there's no coming back. You only live once, so carefully choose your words and actions. Your 5 minutes of fun could cost you far more than you're prepared to pay for. Sarcasm, fun, or any other short-term enjoyment should be so valuable to you that you actually want to do it. And if it's not worth the cost, skip it altogether. So, how do you apply this lesson right now? Say less than necessary. It makes you respected, mysterious, and more valuable. And it protects you from your own stupidity. I have 3 questions for you to study and come up with your own conclusions. When people seek tarot readings or prophecy, they don't question it. Those words they hear sound like wisdom that is defining both life and death. How can you make your words sound like prophecy people want to believe in? If the emperor was completely honest, people would find ways to exploit his ruling, steal, and plot against him. If you were plotting against an emperor, would you reveal his secrets by talking or by silence? Seashells open when the moon is full. Crabs learn this, so they trap them with seaweed and they use them for food later. If you're a seashell, would you let the crabs decide your fate on the first appearance of the moon? Is the moon worth opening your mouth, getting trapped, and putting yourself at mercy of those watching? Answer these in the comments. Only the best ones get invited to our private community.